Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone and hello Mr. Sueb. My name is Nia Aulia with last student ID number 173. Today I will share my opinion on the motion. Protection of the environment is mainly dependent on government policies. Leaving it to individuals will not work. Okay, in today's world, environmental problems are getting worse every year. From my point of view, this crisis can only be solved when the government takes strong action. Of course, it's good when people recycle or use less plastic, but the small action can't stop big problems like global warming or industrial pollution. That's why I truly believe that protecting the environment mainly depends on government policies. Only the government has the power and research to make laws, fund green projects, and make sure everyone follows them. Now, let me explain my first argument. The main reason why the environment depends on the government is because most environmental problems come from big systems, not from single people. Factories, industries, and transport create most of the pollution, and only government can control them. If we think carefully, expecting people alone to fix this is impossible. For example, someone can stop using plastic bags, but if a factory keeps dumping waste into rivers, it doesn't really change much. Real protection needs laws, funding, and control things that only the government can provide. According to our World in Data 2023, around 73% of global greenhouse gas emissions come from energy-related sectors such as electricity, transport, and industries area. They are regulated by government policies. For example, Japan reduced air pollution by about 35% in 10 years after enforcing strict emission laws. Another example is Norway, where government tax incentives for electric vehicles led to around 80% of new cars sold being electric. These examples show that when government act, real progress happens faster and on a much larger scale than individual efforts could ever achieve. Moving on to my second argument, environmental protection also depends on government funding and green innovation. Developing renewable energy, improving waste management, and protecting forests all requires a lot of money and long-term planning. Individual donation or small community efforts can help, but they are never enough to make a national impact. Government, on the other hand, can invest in clean energy projects, build eco-friendly public transport, and support research on sustainable technology. For instance, Indonesia's energy transition mechanism was launched to reduce dependence on coal and expand renewable storage. Meanwhile, in Germany, government subsidies for solar panels helped the country produce more than half of its electricity from renewable energy during peak season. This example proves that government funding turns environmental goals into reality. Without strong investment and national policies, even the best ideas cannot move forward. Now, let's go to my third argument. Environmental protection also relies on law enforcement and accountability. Many companies still put profit before sustainability, and without strict supervision, they may continue to pollute because it's cheaper. This is where government must take the lead. They can monitor, fine, or even close down industries that break environmental rules. This kind of authority and enforcement is something individuals simply cannot do. For example, in Singapore, strict environmental laws and heavy fines for illegal dumping have kept the city remarkably clean and reduced pollution levels. Similarly, in the European Union, companies are required to meet carbon emission standards or face serious penalties. These examples prove that when government enforce laws consistently, both industries and citizens take environmental responsibility more seriously. Therefore, protecting the environment must start with strong government leadership, and in other words, laws, funding, and enforcement create the system that allows individuals to act meaningfully. This doesn't mean people should do nothing. It means their efforts become more powerful when supported by national policies. Saving our planet requires teamwork, but the government must take the lead. Only with clear laws, consistent enforcement, and long term commitment can we create real and lasting change for the environment. Okay, I think enough from my argument speech. Thank you for listening, and last I say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.